Now, Uganda goes to the polls in February next year, and President Yoweri Museveni could be facing his toughest race yet, particularly if his opponents unite. But he was proved adept at keeping the opposition fractured in the past, and analysts fear that any sudden change of power will lead to unrest.
At a delegates' conference for Uganda's ruling party, the National Resistance Movement, President Yoweri Museveni ran from his seat to the podium in an apparent show of vitality. A local newspaper quoted him in August this year saying he felt strong like a 30-year-old young man. The 71-year-old rebel turned president has ruled Uganda for nearly 30 years. His party on Sunday gave him the nod to run as the presidential candidate for the 2016 general election. Museveni has won plaudits for restoring strong economic growth and a measure of political stability after years of turmoil in Uganda, a nation that relies heavily on agricultural exports and aid flows and now wants to develop newly discovered oil reserves. After years in office, his critics accuse him of failing to hold corruption and of using his security forces to stifle opponents, a charge officials deny. Western donors also show increasing frustration with his extended grip on power.
On the same day like today, first, I was going to Mwalimu Nyeri's office to prepare for the expulsion of Idi Amin from the Kagera salient, but also from Uganda. So I find this very interesting, the coincidence of the dates. And I'm glad you have joined me again to push Uganda forward like we have done in the past. Apoyo Matek.
One of Africa's longest-serving leaders, Museveni faces a tight race against Amama Mbabazi, his ex-premier, sacked amidst a power struggle last year, and long-time opposition figure Kizza Besigye, the flag-bearer for Uganda's largest opposition party, Forum for Democratic Change, FDC. The two opposition figures say they are in talks for a possible agreement to field one candidate. Each boasts a solid support base, but may struggle to pose a real challenge if their votes are split. Former Justice Minister George Kanyehamba says Uganda needs a peaceful transition of power, overseen by Museveni himself, to avoid chances of unrest.
He's made in the same mold as Gaddafi, as the president of Egypt, as the president of Tunisia, as the president of Iraq. These are the same mold who want to stay in power forever. And when they stay in power, on the surface, the countries looked very united, cohesive. Immediately they were removed, and it is inevitable that Museveni one day will go. Then chaos set in. So some of us who are arguing now is to say, let there be peaceful change by electoral process, so that Museveni is still around when another group of leaders or even among his own NRM takes over. There is a peaceful handover, and we shall avoid the chaos.
Uganda is already in a campaign mode. Both Museveni and Mbabazi addressed rallies of supporters at separate locations within the capital, Kampala, after both nominations were cleared by the Electoral Commission. Besigye is expected to be nominated on Wednesday.
President Museveni has exhibited something like a father. A father is like a father is forgiving, is reconciling everybody. All these enemies are coming back. The former major generals in army are coming back to him. So he's acting actually like a father for this nation. We thank him very much, and I see he's going to scoop this election.
Museveni is unencumbered by term limits facing some other African leaders. Uganda scrapped a two-term limit in 2005 when the constitution was changed to allow for multi-party politics. Ellen Wanjiru, KTN News.